Let's go to the phone lines and welcome a special guest, assistant basketball coach at the University of Tennessee, Cam English. Cam, we appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. We hope you and your family are safe, my friend. And I know that none of us have a handbook from what we've gone through these last few weeks or the last week or so. As a coach, what's this been like for you?
Well, thanks for having me on. Appreciate you. Hope you guys' family are doing well. No, it's been weird. I mean, obviously unprecedented not to be able to finish our season in a normal way. So there's an empty feeling as a coach, not having any real clarity to what the ending of the season actually was. But obviously what we're doing right now is more important. Trying to flatten the curve of this virus, this pandemic, and basketball can wait. But we do still have a job that we can do. It is a time that we can do it remotely. You're on the phone with recruits all day. You're on the phone with your current players. You're watching a lot of video. And honestly, most importantly, you're spending time with family. It sucks that no basketball's on while we're doing all that stuff, but you're just trying to make the most out of it.
Kim, I know Rick Barnes was extremely happy. You had an opportunity at Southeast Missouri State to go and be a head coach there. You decided to stay at Tennessee after 1 year. Take us through that decision. What sort of helped you make that decision? And I know Rick Barnes was extremely happy when he got the news that you were staying. You had an opportunity at Southeast Missouri State as head coach, but you're staying at Tennessee. Take us through that decision and sort of what prompted you to hang around and be a part of this program still.
Chris was talking to you about the opportunity you had at Southeast Missouri, an opportunity you turned down, decided to stay here on Coach Barnes' staff. Can you just take us through that decision and, what it meant to you to have that potential opportunity and what it meant to Coach, what it meant to hear Coach Barnes, thoughts when you told him you were going to stick around?
It was great. I mean, every assistant coach, it's your dream to successfully run your own program. So just being able to sit down and think about what that's going to look like, to express that to an athletic director and a search committee, that was exciting. But as I weighed the opportunity cost of going to a new place, after only being here a year, not being able to get a true sense of what the end of this season was like, but obviously we have great optimism for the future. Ultimately, I felt like it was better for me, better for my career to stay here and kind of see this through. The last two programs I left, I was there for the build. The recruits we signed at Tulsa, the growing pains at Tulsa. It led to Tulsa winning the American Athletic Conference title this year. The growing pains at Colorado the last 2 years, our young guys playing, the recruits we brought in, that led to them being an NCAA tournament at-large team this year. I want to kind of see that through here at UT.
So, as a former player, how would you have reacted? Do you ever think of it in those terms? To see kind of what all these kids, whether you had a chance to go to the NIT or whether you had a chance to potentially go win a national title, to be sitting there as a senior and have this potential run taken away from you. Can you just kind of fathom what that was like for this group of seniors that won't get that opportunity again?
Well, Bowden was the only senior, but no, I can't. As an adult, I take it as a lesson of what you do know. You do know nothing's guaranteed. I always say to guys after they have a bad game and we win, say, "Are you healthy?" And they say yes. I say, "Do you have a chance to play again?" And they say yes. And I'm like, so it's really not that bad. Get up, shake yourself off, let's get back to it. But that wasn't the case. No telling what our season would have been like to finish. If it was the NIT, if it was the national championship. Connecticut 2011 finished 9th in the Big East, ran the table in the Big East tournament, won the NCAA tournament. So you never know.
Yep.
But no, I can't fathom what it was like for Bowden.
We're speaking with Tennessee assistant basketball coach Kim English. Kim, this is Chris again. We'll get you out on this. It's something we do every week, the Marathon Question of the Week. With a full tank of freedom, you can find your own highway and discover the true spirit of the American road. Marathon, fueling the American spirit. You guys have got a lot of kids coming back next year, a lot of young players who probably played, in some cases, more minutes than you expect them to play. What do you think, what lessons from this year does this basketball team carry forward into next season?
I think that's different for every player. Ultimately, I think as a group and as a unit, it's understanding the importance of ball security. It's understanding the importance of defensive rebounding, and honestly, I think the overall thing is something that you won't be able to articulate, but they'll just know it. When you talk about the Memphis game, when a team starts playing some token pressure, you attack it. You go back to the Florida State game, just being able to take care of the ball. You lose a game by 3, that you turn it over 21 times. So many different games. The 17-point lead at Auburn, as well as a 17-point deficit at Kentucky. We've had so many battles that we can look back at this spring, this offseason, and this fall and point to, and I have great confidence sitting on the bench next season, knowing that Josiah, Falke, Eve, Asante have learned from all those tests from this past season.
Well, Kim, man, we really appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for spending some time with us on The Nation. Be safe, and we look forward to catching up with you and everybody else there is a part of that Tennessee basketball family on down the road. But thanks again, Kim.
Thanks a lot, guys.